Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is what's in the bag base layers for players equipment. I did a bunch of stuff with that for goalie stuff, so if you're interested in that, check that out. I use different types of base layer for goalie and for player because it kind of has different needs. So go over that if you're interested in those, but for right now, just for the player stuff. So you'll notice a lot of the stuff I have for player is Under Armour. It's kind of a coincidence just because I found a really good deal on it, and I kind of play less back-to-backs for player, or I get less hot for player, so I don't find I need as much base layers as I do for goalie, because if it is a back-to-back, I can just wear the same stuff. Where for goalie, because I sweat so much because of my chest protector, I kind of need another shirt to go with it, and I play more overall goalie than the player. Anyways, so let's begin. So these are Under Armour specific, these are hockey specific Under Armour pants. They have the grips for your shin guards at the bottom. I really don't find that they do anything for me. I never have my shin guards slipping anyways because they have a wraparound right under the knee as well. I don't need tape on my shin guards, so that doesn't really affect me anyways. It does have a built-in holder for a jock, but I kind of wear an Adidas or a CCM Pro Stock-ish jock, so I don't need that either because it's pretty big. I'll show that in a what's in a bag for the player stuff, so check that out if you're interested. These are pretty good just because they're so light and they're so flexible as well, because they're not really thick, they're really thin. You can really pull them up tight so the jock really sits in place and nothing can shift around. So they're pretty standard, pretty straightforward. You can find these in most hockey shops. Again, I paid like 20 bucks for these. I wouldn't pay much more. I honestly believe Adidas and Nikes and kind of the sport companies make slightly better base layers than Under Armour does, just because I find they use a little bit better materials. But they're not like hockey specific, so if you want the hockey specific, you're kind of stuck a bit with these. I haven't tried the Bauer stuff for player, just one shirt for goalie, but not anything else, so I can't really comment on that. So next we have, actually I should just go over these at the same time. This shirt and this shirt here are the exact same, just different color. So these are the Heat Gear compression players, and these ones are good because of the grips on the arms. I find these do a very good job of keeping up my elbow pads. I always find I need shirts with the grips to keep up elbow pads. Without it, they will slide down no matter how much I tighten them. Some people say don't wear long sleeve shirts. The reason I wear long sleeve shirts and long pants is because when I played AAA, my arms would break out with eczema and it'd be extremely uncomfortable. I found going through like a actual base layer material, not just a cotton shirt, really helped with that. And if I go shirtless, it doesn't help with like the rash and everything either. So the back of these are pretty nice because they're very ventilated, and you can kind of see that they're ventilated. So Under Armour does a decent job with these. I can see why they're very popular. I think their shirts are pretty good, especially because of the grip. Again, I haven't used the Bauer or CCM ones with the grip. Just haven't gotten around to getting one, or I don't totally need one. For the pants, I have another Under Armour. These ones are much older. Again, these were hockey specific, and I've had these for probably 8 years now. Still holding up pretty good. They don't have the grips at the bottom, but they don't. Again, I don't really need that. Exact same shirt here. So the next thing is a Warrior. It's like this Warrior turtleneck. So this is extremely warm. I'm not sure if Warrior even really does a ton of base layer stuff. I haven't seen it in stores, but this thing is way too hot for its own good. If I want to sweat, I'll use this basically. It's good for a base layer when you're outside in the cold, especially the turtleneck part. It does have the grips on the elbows, which does a good job, and it has it on the shoulders. The elbows, again, I can wear this one with the elbows because it holds up my elbow pads, but it is far too warm for its own good. But it's a decent, it's an okay shirt. You'll just be sweating quite a bit in it. I basically only wear this when the other ones are in the wash or haven't been washed yet, so I kind of don't try to wear it as much. The Under Armour ones are much better to keep you cool. So another thing I'll be wearing in the future and trying out is the Oniric Genesis. So this is the goalie one. I'll be using for goalie and player just to see how it works out. It has the grips for the knee pads for goalie. I guess it could help a bit for player, but it does have the cut resistant bottoms, which I'm looking forward to. So I'll be using that in the future with a full review. Oh, also it does have the padding on the back. I go over this more in the unboxing for these. But anyways, we'll move on from that. So one thing I wanted to try is I wear some knit shirts, and Puma makes them, Adidas makes them, and Nike makes them as well. And they're really good for like undershirts or like actually doing athletic things in them. I have a Puma one that I wore under goalie stuff for a while and I was a huge fan of, but I find it really good as just an undershirt under a sweater. So I kind of switched that out of my hockey gear. Puma is called Evo Knit, Adidas is called Prime Knit. All the new Puma soccer jerseys, like for Arsenal and the national teams, are all Evo Knit. So it kind of stems off that. It's very, very good for actually sports. So I tried to find some pants and some shirts for that, but they're all really expensive, like over $80. So I went to some of the China sites like Banggood or AliExpress and bought pants and a shirt. I tried the pants out and they're honestly pretty bad. They're way too warm, they're way too thick. The material, this ends up coming above my belly button just because they're all cut really strange and how long they are. And so they're pretty awful. I suggest not going that route. Gymshark makes like gym apparel, kind of like this stuff, but I'm assuming it's better and thinner than this. So I kind of tried to get something like that. These are nowhere near as good as what I was hoping, so I would definitely, there was a failed experiment and I would suggest not going that route. Now, for my socks, for my goalie socks, I have thick socks. For my player socks, I have very, very thin socks. And the reason being, all my player gear, like my player skates have fit much tighter. They haven't been custom skates like my Trues are. So I kind of needed as thin as possible, or else I get foot pain. And I had to punch my AS1s as well to stop the foot pain. So these are both cut resistant socks. They're both the same company. They're Tough and Light. They're both the thins, and the thins means you can see your hand and your toes like through the actual material. It's so thin. Again, I need that really, really thin design so my actual skates don't hurt. So I'm a huge fan of the cut resistant stuff. I find this is not uncomfortable at all. Some people said it feels very hard. This one's hard. I've worn them for about 6 years now. These ones are brand new, but I never had an issue wearing them, and I always suggest them just for that extra bit of protection. So that's about it for what's in the bag for player base layer. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment below. Let me know, or if you have specific stuff you want me to try out, let me know there too. I'll be doing a video of how to take care of your base layers, specific washing things to make sure they don't really smell, and if they do smell, what you can do to fix that. So check that out as well. That'll be linked after this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hate to say this, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links are in the description below here. It just helps me get gear like this base layer so I can talk about it, review it, and talk about hockey stuff. So thank you very much, and take it easy.